are listening to Naked Soul Reflections, Mindful Moments for Clothes-Free Living, with your host, Niyamas.
Greetings to everyone. Niyamas here, and I'm excited to be with you on another episode of Naked Soul Reflection. This past week in yoga class, one of my teachers spoke to choosing to live from joy. By that, she did not mean to pretend that there were no struggles in life or concerns or doubts, but she really put on offer this possibility of choosing to live from joy in a different way. And at first, I wrestled with that notion because I'm so used to the idea of happiness and living from joy. When people say that, I would think, well, they just want me to fake it until I make it. You know, they want me to pretend like everything is okay, put on a smile, act like everything is fine, and teach from there. And I really don't like doing that. I like experiencing all of my emotions, the full range of them, exploring the full range of them, and appreciating every stage at which I am. But over the course of a few days, after going through an experience and getting a wide range of feedback from various parties, I began to understand where she was coming from. And it really took talking with a trusted friend and family and hearing counsel, really wise counsel from them, to understand that I have to choose to live from joy in a different way. That I can't base how I'm feeling and what I think on everyone else's experiences and opinions. Because as we all know, we can put something out there, whether it be a tweet, a video, a blog post, and we can get such a wide range of comments on things. And there's no stopping the folks who are, for lack of a better word, ignorant, and who put comments on there that just have nothing to do with the subject matter or that aren't really providing anything valuable to the conversation. There's no stopping people from doing that. And sometimes we might still be in the question of something and someone else say, oh no, everything was fine and everything was great. And that's fine too. And yet in our own internal processing, we might think, okay, that's great, but internally I still have some questions about this and I'm wondering if I try that. So there's this whole world outside of us, and such a wide range of experiences can happen. But if we base how we feel on others' words and actions, then there's no freedom in that. And that's when I really began to understand where my teacher was coming from when she said that in class, to really choose to live from joy as a way of being that's not based on outcomes and results and other people's feedback and opinions, because those are so variable. And if we base our emotions and thoughts and state of happiness on something that's so variable, then we have no power and we have no freedom. I'll share with you a few passages from the Bhagavad Gita that really tied this together for me. 5 5:12. Those whose consciousness is unified abandon all attachment to the results of action and attain supreme peace. But those whose desires are fragmented, who are selfishly attached to the results of their work, are bound in everything they do. 5:16. But ignorance is destroyed by knowledge of the self within. The light of this knowledge shines like the sun, revealing the supreme Brahman. 5:20. They are not elated by good fortune, nor depressed by bad. With mind established in Brahman, they are free from delusion. Not dependent on any external support, they realize the joy of spiritual awareness. With consciousness unified through meditation, they live in abiding joy. And that's what really brought it home for me. I realized that I was not living in peace because I was basing my feelings and state of being on what other people were thinking, how they were responding to me, what someone did or didn't do, or did or didn't say. So I was always waiting for something else in my environment to determine my state of being. And because of that, experiencing these huge fluctuations in how I was feeling, what I was thinking, am I happy, am I not happy? And there's no peace in that. There's no power in it, but for me, more importantly, there's no peace. And peace is the thing that helps me understand whether I'm in balance or out of balance. So I really got present to that after conversations with trusted people in my life and thinking on these experiences from the past week, as well as the experiences from pretty much any stage of my life. When I sat back and instead of thinking about what this person did or didn't say, what they did or didn't feel, their opinion, when I let that go and I thought about how far I've come in my life to even step into the opportunity that I did, to even have the courage to say yes to trying it out, to standing up in front of a group of people and leading them. There's so much in my life and in the process of practicing yoga, not just on the mat, but practicing living, breathing yoga, my life practice, self-inquiry. I thought about how happy I am to be in such deep inquiry and to be so committed to my path. Never mind if this person, felt it or didn't feel it, if they liked it or didn't like it. I am so content with my process. And in that contentment, I feel peace now. And it's a peace that is serene and it stands on its own. I am proud of myself. As it turns out, I see the full picture of all the things I'm working on, all the different projects, the progress of all of these different projects, and how I as a person have changed over time. Still human in all ways, but at the same time, I've been growing so much. I am content with my life process because I'm fully committed to the exploration excavation, continuous discovery. And that work in and of itself is absolutely beautiful. And I'm so proud and excited about that. Even when challenging or unpleasant things arise, the fact that I'm so deeply engaged in that process is wonderful, is valuable, is amazing. And that brought it back home for me when I thought about this notion of joy or contentment. A contentment that's not based on external factors. Contentment is actually one of the Niyamas, and the Niyamas are one of the 8 limbs of yoga. I have a book called The Language of Yoga, Complete A to Y Guide to Asana Names, Sanskrit Terms, and Chants by Nicolai Bachman. And in this book, Bhagavad writes about the Niyamas saying this: Niyamas are personal ethics necessary for taking care of and developing oneself in order to live a balanced life. And Santosa, otherwise known as contentment, is one of the Niyamas. So this idea of practicing contentment, I really get that now as something that's not based on external factors, and it can't be. Contentment can't be based on external factors, or else it wouldn't lead to a balanced life. Being content with the process of self-inquiry, with the fact that I'm constantly in exploration, that is my contentment. And that in that I do feel balanced and I do feel at peace. So for this week, I offer that to you. Are there places in your life where you're basing how you feel on external factors? Whether so-and-so did or did not do something. Whether this person said or did not say this. What they thought about you. Their opinion of your work. Are you basing your self-worth, your self-judgment, your state of contentment on something outside of yourself? And if so, okay, no need to judge. And at the same time, is there an opportunity to create a shift in your thinking? Can you be content with your own process? Can you be proud of when you see the full spectrum and the full body of your life work? Can you be in a state of contentment regardless of outcome, regardless of results, regardless of anything else, the fruits of the labor? Can you just be content? And in that contentment, find your power, your peace, and freedom. Imagine how wonderfully balanced a life that could be. To be so free, because the contentment is a connection within. I leave that with you, my friends. Namaste.